Well, it is now October 1st, which means the state budget is now 3 months late with no end in sight. Lawmakers and the governor continue to fight over how much to spend and where the money's coming from. There's a pot of money with hundreds of millions of dollars in it that are not being talked about, but perhaps they should be.
The legislative surplus is the piggy bank for the legislature.
A piggy bank that is fattened up to $300 million, as Eric Epstein, a government watchdog with Rock the Capitol. In theory, it's a reserve fund to protect legislative paychecks in the event of a budget standoff. So this separate branch of government couldn't be financially bullied by a governor. But courts have ruled workers must be paid, and they have been during the now 3-month-long stalemate.
The reason to have a legislative surplus doesn't exist. People who say that it does are either ignorant or they're lying.
I think it was 20 years ago or so, 18 years ago, when I was put in charge of that commission.
Josh Shapiro's governor now, but as a state rep, chaired the legislative commission that oversees that reserve account.
And I said, however many hundreds of millions of dollars were in it at the time should be returned to the taxpayers, invested in our schools or in our state parks. The fact that state lawmakers can take your money, tax money, and squirrel it away in a bank account that they have in the legislature and use it to fund themselves and their operations, I think that's wrong.
Also wrong, he says, lawmakers getting paid during a budget stalemate. He's heard of bills that would suspend legislators' pay during an impasse and supports them.
Put it on my desk. I would sign that.
That, of course, is unlikely. And through the years, several legislative leaders have told me that their reserves were too high and need to be spent down and better audits of the money conducted. They said it, never did it.
You grow this surplus, this slush fund, every year. We're at a budget impasse, and nobody is bringing up the fact that, hey, there's $300 million here that we could use to address or plug the hole.
Now, in response to this story, Senate Majority Leader Joe Pittman sent a statement agreeing that there is more money in that account than there should be. He said he'd like all legislative lines reduced by 5% in the new budget, but said Senate Republicans can't do that alone. They need Democrats to join them.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27, and we're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the homepage, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.